Bonjour, everybody. This is France the Realtor, your real estate best friend. Welcome to Born in Paris, Built in Palm Beach, which is going to be a docu-series we're about to go on together. It's basically the story of my life. This is episode 1. I'm going to tell you guys about my background as well as my why. I was born in Paris, France. I moved to the USA in 2009 at the age of 19 to pursue my higher education. I did most of my undergrad at Middle Tennessee State University, and I did my master's degree at Western Kentucky University, which is in Bowling Green, and I got my MBA from there. In the middle, I studied abroad in Taiwan, and that was quite an empowering experience. So, I was born in France, moved to the US, undergrad, grad school. These days, I'm doing my PhD at Kaiser University. I'm doing a PhD in psychology, and I'm studying the psychological factors that come into play when renters try to become homeowners. That topic has not been approved by IRB yet, but I think we're getting close to get it approved, and soon enough, you guys will start seeing me soliciting people to come participate in my studies. So stay tuned for that. So I just gave you guys a little bit of my background when it comes to educational. Now let's talk about my professional background. I am the owner of Makabu Gordon LLC. It is a company that I built from ground up. I have 4 divisions: real estate sales, real estate rentals, short-term rentals, as well as government contract support. How I got started was in 2016, which is about 10 years ago. I became an Airbnb host, and I never really looked back. I'm celebrating 10 years as an Airbnb host right now, and it was very natural for me to later become a real estate agent. Then later I became a real estate broker. And this past year have been heavily transitioning into luxury real estate, and I'm super excited about that. What we're going to be doing in the next few weeks is going on my first ever business development trip. But before I tell you more about the trip, I want to give you guys some more background on France the Realtor. At first, it started as a little bit of a joke to be called France the Realtor. My broker always referred to me. You know, we had office meetings once a week. And of course, I was a high performer, high achiever, so my name would come up a lot and people would get confused a little bit. So he started referring to me as France the Realtor as opposed to France the Country. So people know that when he says France the Realtor, you know, that's the tall girl with the afro. And it just kind of stuck. Evidently, I turned it into my registered business name. So that's why when you guys see me around, all my branding says France the Realtor. That's my official registered name, and you can look it up on Sundays or wherever else. So yeah, I went ahead and did a logo, did everything. Usually I introduce myself as France the Realtor. I just kind of have embraced that name, as you guys can see in the back. I want to tell you guys about this very unique niche I ended up in. About a year ago, I started really being intentional about transitioning into luxury real estate. So I started creating high quality content, because when you operate in luxury, your content can just look any kind of way, right? So I started doing that, and with my team and my mentors, we were brainstorming one day, and we were thinking about what can we do to make my content stand out even more. It stands out on its own, yes, but real estate is super competitive, right? What can I do or say to be above the rest? And one of my mentors suggested that I start doing my content in French. We did one video and it looked how it looked, but I really got picked up by the algorithm. I started getting retweets and shares, And I'm sorry, I'm just trying to verbalize what I'm thinking about right now. And I think it was at that moment that I really became even more intentional about growing my global brand. We started doing the content in French. My mentors was like, yeah, keep doing it in French. People know you speak English, but that really helps you stand out. And then I started attracting people around the world that speak French. So I started getting more leads from Quebec, which is the French speaking part of Canada. I also started getting leads from Morocco, which in the past I had worked with some clients from there. So to have my content being distributed around the world kind of opened up a new door for me for business. And I was just like, yeah, let's go for it. Listen, if that's where my business is headed, that's where we're going to go. So we looked at the analytics of where are the people that are looking at my content, and a lot of them are in South of France, and a lot of them are in Monaco, and a lot of them are in Paris. So in the next few days, we are going on a plane. Me, my daughter, my husband, and I, we are going to do this huge business development trip. I haven't been home in 2 years, so we are going to kill two birds in one stone. We are going to go down there and meet up with some other colleagues of mine. And the goal is to start building a relationship. Why not become the bridge between the South of France and Paris market to Palm Beach? They would send me clients that want to invest here in the US. And as a return, I will do the same and send them clients that want to rent high-end homes in South of France or in Paris, or even people that want to buy investment properties there. It just makes plenty of sense. So I'm going there. I already have scheduled some appointments, but I'm not going to tell you all too much about that until episode 2. So I've told you guys a little bit about who I am. I've told you guys about my bilingual, bicultural global brand. And I talked to y'all about also the moment I realized I really needed to showcase Palm Beach at a global level. I also want to mention to y'all that I had went to a presentation with one of the main real estate developers around here, and I was really admirative of the way they showcase this area around the country. And I was thinking, why not do the same when I go to Paris or when I go to South of France? So I was fortunate to schedule a meetup with that person, that presenter, and we had a solid conversation, and he really shared some pointers that have worked for him because they have really been able to really sell and lease office space and residential units before the building even goes vertical. And that really goes to show that this area is super rich and valuable and needs to be showcased to the world. So I want to participate in the growth of this area. And I figured I would just create my own little path and just go for it and see what happens. So I personally feel like I have nothing to lose and everything to gain. I'm going to go there with my pitch deck and present, and see what happens next. So, like I said, going to France, super excited about it. The first week we'll go to the south of France, which is called the Côte d'Azur. We'll go to meet some brokers in Nice, in Cannes, as well as in Monaco. Then we'll come back up to Paris and do the same thing. Yeah, we'll do the same thing. And also, of course, we're going to hang out with my family. Like I mentioned earlier, I haven't seen my family in 2 years because I've been so focused growing my business and also doing amazing work in this community here. So I think this is a good stopping point, right? I told you guys about my background, my why, what we're going to be doing, and I hope you guys enjoy the journey. And I really want this to be a a fun, inspiring, motivating journey. We're setting out a goal and we're going for it. Can't wait to see what happens next. See you next episode.